Hey everybody, my name is Christian Whitehead, and I want to talk to you about the PSA process. I'm taking a course at Arizona State University titled General Principles of Multimedia Writing. This course has taught me how to use and implement the PSA process, and in this presentation, I'll be discussing with you how to implement the PSA process yourself. So you may be wondering what the PSA process is exactly. PSA is an acronym that stands for Problem Solving Approach. It can be extremely helpful as an employee and as a college student. The process is a very efficient way to organize, create, and analyze workplace problems. I'm pretty sure you have used the PSA process without even knowing it. There are 5 steps to the PSA process. They have been listed here for you in the order that makes the most sense. These steps include planning, researching, drafting, reviewing, and distributing. As we go through the presentation, I will talk about each of these steps in more detail. So let's get down to it. For my General Principles of Multimedia Writing class, I was assigned to create an employee manual for an organization. I had to create some rules and policies that had not yet been written for the organization. The organization that I chose to create these rules and policies for is called Creative Management. Now let me show you how I use the PSA process to accomplish this. The first step of the PSA process is to plan. As I thought, I analyzed these 3 questions. What is the purpose of the manual? Who is my audience? And what goal am I trying to accomplish with this manual? I realized that the purpose of my manual was to assist future and new employees of creative management to work professionally and efficiently by laying down some guidelines for them to follow. My audience ranged from college graduates to working professionals, and my goals were to mold a successful and professional business. The next step in the PSA process is a very key one, and perhaps the most important. It is research. This is the bread and butter of the document you may be trying to create. As I did my research for the employee manual, I thought about where I would obtain my information. Once I found several good sources, I gathered my information into one place. I then organized my research in an understandable and easy to read way. After everything was organized and put into one place, I reviewed my work to see if any further research was needed. Now it's time to put all that research onto paper. I typed the first draft of my manual in a word processing program such as Word or Pages. I then reviewed my document for any grammatical errors. Next, I made sure that all the information in the document was easy to locate. I also checked to see if my document was organized sensibly and flowed smoothly. Now that the first draft is successfully completed, it needs to be reviewed. I had my first draft reviewed by a family member. You may prefer to get your work reviewed by a friend or a stranger. It doesn't really matter who reviews your work as long as you get a second opinion on it. There are resources on campus that can be utilized also. The Writing Center is a free and great place to help you in editing your writings. Last but not least, the final step in the PSA process is distribution. I had to distribute my manual by submitting it via a digital Dropbox on the course website. You may distribute your document through other means such as through the mail, the internet, or inter-office mail. This step is an extremely important part of the PSA process. If your audience never receives your work, you will never be able to share your information. In conclusion, the PSA process has helped me maintain organization while creating my manual. It has showed me how working towards a goal helps you maintain focus and present your information in an effective way. The PSA process has also demonstrated to me the importance of having work reviewed and receiving constructive criticism. So let's recap on what was learned from the PSA process. I found that understanding your target audience is key to successfully portraying your information. I also learned that having your work reviewed by others helps eliminate several mistakes, and that keeping work organized allows you to distribute information in a sensible manner. As I take the time to reflect, my final thoughts towards the PSA process are that if followed properly, the PSA process will aid in solving workplace issues in a thought-out, timely, and well-planned way. Thank you for your time, and I hope this presentation helped you better understand the PSA process and how to accomplish your workplace issues.